More efforts are ongoing for hostage release and for easing the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. Negotiations over the war continue. As per reports, a trilateral meet between Mossad and CIA chiefs with Qatari officials was held in Doha on Thursday. A proposed plan to release between 10 and 20 civilian hostages in return for a 3-day pause in fighting, as well as the entry of further aid, was reportedly discussed. Meanwhile, Qatari Emir met the UAE president in Abu Dhabi on Thursday and discussed the situation in Gaza. The meeting was also attended by Qatar's Prime Minister. The leaders reinforced calls for an immediate ceasefire and the protection of all civilians. In France, President Emmanuel Macron hosted a dinner on Thursday to kickstart the Paris Peace Forum. Various heads of states, governments, representatives of international agencies and institutions are in attendance. As the conference started, international organizations and aid agencies also called for an immediate ceasefire to end the humanitarian crisis. The representative of Brazil, while repeating the calls during the conference, said that the death of thousands of children in Israeli bombardment suggests genocide.
A humanitarian ceasefire is essential. Safe and unimpeded passage for the entry of humanitarian aid for the benefit of hospitals, schools and nurseries must be respected. The passage of the wounded should be guaranteed.
Turkish President Erdogan has said that Ankara is ready to assume a guarantor role to resolve the crisis in Gaza. He said this while at a meeting with Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi on the sidelines of the Economic Cooperation Organization summit in Tashkent. Erdogan called on the Muslim world to come together and put pressure on Israel. The UN chief Antonio Guterres condemned the Israeli operation as he spoke about the situation in Gaza in an interview. He compared the number of children being killed in Gaza with the toll that it inflicts around the world.
Every year, the highest number of killing of children by any of the actors in all the conflicts that we witness is the maximum in the hundreds. We had, in a few days in Gaza, thousands and thousands of children killed, which means there is also something clearly wrong in the way humanitarian military operations are being done.
Meanwhile, the Belgian Prime Minister has said that the EU should look at barring extremist Israelis who call for violence against Palestinians from visiting Europe. Pointing to Israeli violence against Palestinians in the West Bank, he said that the lack of action against such violent extremists was unacceptable. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden's speech in Illinois was also interrupted by a pro-Palestinian demonstrator.
For a long time. No, let her go. Let it, no, let it, it's okay. Anyway.
Protests around the world continue. More than 1,000 pro-Palestinian protesters called for an end to the Gaza attacks in New York. Elsewhere in Germany, more than 100 people marched against anti-Semitism in Berlin on Thursday. Germans commemorated the night of the broken glass terror with the march. Some carried Israeli flags, others held banners made up of photographs of the hostages that are still held by Hamas. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.